you guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. So today I have another garden update for you. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so I have had a few of you guys ask what I do with some of the stuff that I harvest. So this video I wanted to show you just me refilling in some new plants so I can start for a new season harvest, and then just redoing things because the pepper area, I love my pepper area and I love doing my pickling, but it just seemed like the plants weren't growing correctly. They were top heavy, they weren't strong and sturdy, so I wanted to add more soil and start over. So you guys want to see how I did that and what I do with some of the stuff, then here you go. Okay, so here is the sweet pepper area currently, and this is actually sinking again, so I'm going to just start over in this area, raise it up, add a lot more soil. So I'm going to harvest everything that's good and pull these up and put in some new ones. My little sunbather. And then over here is the hot ones, and again, I don't think that they're just getting really too top heavy, and I'm just going to start over on both areas, give them more room and start over. So yeah. Okay, my dill area kind of got a little out of control, and I went ahead and cut everything off and I put it in different piles. I'm gonna go ahead and dry these, and I'm just gonna put it in a jar as a spice and restart my dill area as well. But here's now no peppers, and I just have the one more to remove over there. Okay, so here is all of the peppers and the tomatoes that I harvested from the garden. And then for all of my peppers that I want to use in cooking later and that I freeze, this is how I do it. I go through and cut them all up. So right here, these are all of my sweet peppers. I cut them up in little squares. I take the seeds out, I rinse them, and then I let them dry a little bit, put them in bags, and then I vacuum seal them. So then I can put them in the freezer and they're ready for whenever I would like to use them. I just pull them out and cook with them, and they're still really, really fresh and crisp when we do actually go to use them. Now, in my last update video, I showed you guys how I was going to be drying all of the rosemary and the oregano that just kind of grew wild. Some of it I did infuse with olive oil that I will show in a different video. But for this one, I wanted to show you everything on how it looks once it dried. So once it dried for several weeks and it was good enough that I felt that it was dry enough, I just go through and take all of the leaves off of the stems, and then I grind them in between my hands like this. I just kind of grind them in between. I am going to be getting a grinder, but for now, this is how I'm doing it. So then I go through like smaller sections to break it up even more, and that's what I am putting into the jars. And I'm putting them in little shaker jars, but this is how I'm going through currently until I get the grinder. But this is just a quick and easy way just to make a little spice. So the bunch that I dried did give me 2 large jars, and then here would be the oregano. So same thing applies, it's just this one's a little bit more tedious because it has a lot smaller little woodsy stems, I guess you would call them. So after taking the leaves off, I have to go back through and take all the little tiny little stems out as well because I don't want to eat those. So this one again was tedious, but it was the same thing, quick and easy process just to make your own oregano spice. And then for the oregano, I got 3 large jars, and this is the parsley. So in the last video, I showed you how I was just cutting back the parsley just because it was kind of overgrowing my culantro area, and I wanted to dry some to see how it dries. Well, this is how it dried, and I'm actually pretty impressed. This here is the cilantro. When I showed you how it just started bolting and taking off and I wanted to save and salvage some of it, this is the cilantro that I was able to use. This was really easy as well, so it dried perfectly and I'm happy with how it came out. So here's everything done. I have 1 of cilantro, 1 parsley, 2 rosemary, and 3 oregano. Now this is how I actually pickle my peppers. I know I did a video before, but I've kind of tweaked the recipe a little bit. So this is how I'm doing it currently. I cut them all up. I don't really worry about the stems. I do rinse them to get some of them off, but I do have some sweet banana peppers and jalapeno peppers, and I find myself always digging the onions out of these jars because I really love the way they taste. So this time I'm doing one of just onions. So after I get that done, I'm going to go through with the garlic. I basically use 2 cloves of garlic per jar. So I'm going to use 6 cloves of garlic and just kind of mash them up a little bit, take all of the skin and everything off so you can toast them. Okay, so I go ahead and start by a hot pot, and I put in the garlic with some coriander seeds, just a little handful. Stir it around just to get them browned, and then I add in my liquid. I do 2 cups of vinegar and 1 cup of water. Here I'm kind of doubling my order, so I did more, but the standard recipe is 2 cups of vinegar, 1 cup of water, and I always use bottled water. Then I'm going to drop in a few bay leaves. I pretty much use 1 per container, so I'm going to put 3 of them in here. And now for the sugar, I use 1/2 a tablespoon per batch. And then for the salt, I use 1 tablespoon of salt. So 1 tablespoon of salt per 1/2 a tablespoon of sugar. And then I just mix it all up, get everything to be dissolved, wait till it comes to a rapid boil, and then we can pour it into the jars. And now they are all done. So I have one that is the spicy jalapenos. I have a sweet banana peppers, and then of course, all onion. Now I can leave them in the refrigerator for several weeks and they will be amazing. So here what I'm doing with the rest of my spicy peppers that I had left, I'm just going to cut them up. So the spicy ones I put in little rings, and the sweet I do in squares. So that makes it easier for me to see when I'm pulling them out of the freezer. But these will be the spicy, so if I want to have a spicy pepper in my meal, I can just bust this one out and use it. So same thing with the others. I just cut them up, rinse them, and then I put them in the bags and put them in the freezer. Okay, so that easy, all the air is out. I can toss them in the freezer and they will be nice and crisp when we use them. Okay, so today I'm going to be putting the soil in here to raise up the level and then restart the pepper area again. This is not the soil that I normally like to use. The one I like to use is about $30 a bag, where these are between 7 and 10. So I was balling on a budget and I just did this. So I'm going to mix the garden soil with the raised bed soil, put 2 over here and 3 over here, and then plant the peppers. Okay, so this is the sweet pepper side. Currently, I still need to get 3 more. I'm gonna get 2 green pepper and 1 sweet banana pepper. But currently, I have a gypsy. It looks like this. A gypsy sweet pepper. There's 2 red bell pepper. Again, I'll have 2 green right there. And then here's a blonde bell, and then the giant Marconi, I think it says. And that's the one that I had there before that I really liked. And then a little update on my beans. I am starting to get flowers on all of them, so that's a good sign. My pea area is looking really good. There's another one. Look at, there's that pea that I showed you guys before. There's some more growing. So this is the best of peas that I've got so far, so I'm really pleased. The squash are getting a lot bigger and looking so much better. These are they're about the same, but these are definitely growing. I've seen a huge change within the week. I still need dill. My spinach is not doing too good. I just planted the new cilantro area, definitely a lot smaller, but this is a lot more manageable. So there's that. I do have cauliflower. And then here's the spicy pepper side. So I have 2 spicy sliced jalapeno peppers. I have 2 regular jalapeno hot pepper. I have 2 mammoth jalapeno pepper. I have a hot banana pepper over here. And then I have an Anaheim hot pepper back there. So there'll be 2 different peppers here, and then all of these will be jalapenos so I can keep on pickling. Okay guys, so I went to a different Lowe's in a different city and I got the rest of the plants that I needed to fill this area so far, so let's finish. Okay, so now here is the pepper area with all of them now that I've added the 2 green and the 1 sweet banana pepper. I do have tomatoes. Beans are still about the same. I do have a little area here that I might put something there, I don't know. And then here are the peas. One of you guys suggested that we kind of tie twine through here to kind of help them. I still need cucumbers, but it is not the season just yet. So that's the only thing that I'm really missing. My squash and zucchini, my new dill area, my new cilantro area. Here's the new romaine lettuce that I just planted. Okay, you guys, so that is me just replenishing my garden and then showing you how I use some of the spices and peppers and stuff like that that I do harvest from the garden. So I'll keep updating you throughout the time so you can see good, bad, ugly, what I do, what I don't do, that kind of thing. So again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning as I go. So this is just my journey and you guys are just here with me to see what I'm doing. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Comment down below. Your positive interaction means the world and I greatly do appreciate it, as I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys. So until next time, you know that drill. Keep a smile on that gorgeous face of yours and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Crafty crew. Out.